Hi and welcome back to Sports Talk with Billy Petty. This show is presented by Petty Sports. We may be small but we're on the ball. Go to pettysports.com today to see all the great deals on sports items. We'll start off the show by rattling off all NFL scores from today's games. Well, there were a lot of good games today, especially the 1 o'clock game. So right from the beginning, the Steelers defeated the Buffalo Bills 19-16 with an overtime field goal by Sean Squeezum. Buffalo had multiple chances to win in overtime, but a drop pass by Bills receiver Stevie Johnson cost them the game. Steelers running back Rashard Mendenhall had 151 yards rushing and a touchdown, while Big Ben threw for 246 yards, his main threat being Hines Ward with 7 catches for over 100 yards. The next 1 o'clock game was the Atlanta Falcons squeezing by the Green Bay Packers 20-17, thanks to Atlanta kicker Matt Bryant, who nailed a 47-yard field goal with 9 seconds remaining to give the Falcons their 5th straight win. Another close game was the Panthers-Browns game. The Browns came out on top 24-23, all thanks to Carolina kicker John Casey, who missed a 42-yard field goal to give the Panthers the win. The field goal was close enough that it had to be reviewed by the officials, but after further review, it was indeed a miss, wide left. The Browns running back Peyton Hillis rushed for 131 yards, while Jake Delhomme, starting for injured quarterback Colt McCoy, threw for 245 yards against his old team. The New York Giants also won against the Jacksonville Jaguars 24-20 in a very close game. The game-winning play was a 32-yard touchdown pass to Giants tight end Kevin Boss with 3 minutes left. The Giants trailed by 11 points at half, but came back for a much-needed win. Yes, the Vikings finally won a game. Just like I predicted, even with the new head coach, the Vikings defeated the Washington Redskins 17-13 to gain their 4th win of the year. A disappointing year. To close out the game with the needed first down, Brett Favre took off running the ball to seal the game. Said afterwards, "I felt like it was 50 yards, not 10. After taking a knee for the last play of the game, Favre handed the ball to new head coach Leslie Frazier. The last of the 1 o'clock games was probably the most disappointing of them all. The Houston Texans at home demolished the Tennessee Titans 20-0. I guess you could say you kind of expected this with all that was going on in Tennessee the past week. Also in this game was a huge brawl by Titan safety Cortland Finnegan and Texan star wide receiver Andre Johnson. It is said that Finnegan was aggravating Johnson the whole game, and came to a point with Johnson that he threw a punch at Finnegan and the brawl started. I'm sure both those guys will be getting a call from the commissioner by the end of the week. Moving on to the 4 o'clock games, the Baltimore Ravens defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by a score of 17-10. Flacco threw for 289 yards and the defense of the Ravens did the rest. Moving on, the Miami Dolphins got back to running the ball and beat the Oakland Raiders 33-17, who are now losers of 2 straight games. Jed Henne, who was questionable for the game, threw for 307 yards and two touchdowns. Ricky Williams carried the ball 20 times for 95 yards in the score. Anyone who saw this game saw the Dolphins look like a completely different team from last Thursday. In a return with his former college coach, Matt Cassel and the Kansas City Chiefs rolled over the Seattle Seahawks. In the 4th quarter, the Chiefs exploded with 21 points. Cassel threw for 233 yards and 4 touchdowns, absolutely carving up the Seahawks defense. The Rams defeated the Denver Broncos in the Mile High City with a score of 36-33 with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game. The Broncos had a huge 3rd down stop and then blocked a punt on 4th down, but the offense of the Broncos couldn't get it done in the next series and time ran out. Also, the Bears won against the Eagles 31-26 and put an end to the 3-game winning streak for the Eagles. The Bears outscored the Eagles 13-0 in the 4th quarter, and from then on the game was pretty much over. Well, that wraps it up for today's show. This show was brought to you by Petty Sports. We may be small, but we're on the ball. I will be back tomorrow for further sports news and a review on the Sunday Night Football game. Then I will be back Tuesday to review the Monday Night Football game. Thanks for watching and stay tuned. Please rate, reviews, and comments.